Hello folks, hopefully everybody is safe. No one's gotten infected since the last video. And welcome to another smoke. Get in my water. So today I'll be smoking. Is this again? God damn it, freaking. I have been out here for like less than a few minutes and already freaking bugs are buzzing my ear. This is Diesel Shorty, and it is a strong cigar. Just from the sniff, I can tell it's going to be a strong cigar. So I'm glad it's not a very not a sizable cigar. Now with some cigars or cigar makers, the unscrupulous ones, yeah, this one is 2 bands. See here, I'm trying to scoot the band up a little bit. Okay, I guess that's as good as I'm going to get it. Now some cigar makers, what they'll do with their Maduros is that they'll actually paint it black, or they'll paint it dark brown. And of course those you can tell, sometimes the paint's not even dry by the time it gets to the store. You'll pick up the cigar, you'll get like paint on your finger, or you go to smoke it and you'll get the paint on your lips. Yeah, but this is Diesel. Diesel is legit. Damn it. Nice smooth draw. Now, of course, the humidor I took it out of was my big humidor, which is sitting around, again, 68% humidity, which is fine. It is V-cut. I thought about doing a cross V-cut, but I decided not to, or decided against it. So basically today, I guess everyone's seen it in the news, this is like the 3rd day of people rioting, or joggers rioting across the U.S. And of course the main concentration is Minneapolis, Minnesota. So I kind of looked up the information, population-wise, and just Minneapolis itself. I didn't check to see Minneapolis, St. Paul, but just Minneapolis itself. Whites make up about 77% of the population. Police force is 88%. Blacks make up 17.8% of the population, with only 7.8% of the police force. And of course, Asians make up 5.4% of the population, with 4.4% of the police force. So that's that population to police force wise. That's a lot closer. Yeah, so the black population being 17.7, their police force, it should reflect closer to 15 or 16% of the police force, but it's down there at 7.8. So yes, the gentleman in question is Greg Floyd. I didn't look up to see if this guy has a rap sheet or he's a career criminal. The man's dead. Didn't bother. No, the man didn't deserve to die, but again, he wasn't like a black man who was sitting on a corner, enjoying his smoke, and then these 4 cops roll up on him. The report is that he's either trying to pass a fake check, or he's trying to pass a fake $20 bill. So basically, he was being arrested for forgery. Yeah, and that's not a big deal. If it's a $20 fake check. I don't know what the charges would be, but being that he lives in a liberal city, in a liberal state, liberal city, they probably wouldn't have done anything to him. If anything, $200 fine, or maybe hey, or nothing at all. Yeah, this cigar is nice and strong, nice thick billowy smoke. and unlike the cigar that I smoked the other day, I'll probably upload this video first, because I'm about 2 videos behind right now. So yeah, so one, he did not deserve to die. The man was tortured and killed, slowly choked to death for 10 minutes. So yes, the police officers, and I'll agree with people, the police officers should, one, lose their job, and two, right now they should be sitting in a jail cell, but they're not. People are saying, why aren't their house on fire? Tonight their house might be on fire, because the first 2 days it was just local people. The funny thing is watching newsreel, watching people streaming, or people going on the street and taking videos. What I've noticed is that there's a lot more white people than blacks out on the street doing the protesting, the rioting, and the looting. So you can't blame this all on black folks for rioting and looting. But then again, this is, and of course, this is in a white area, by the way. Because one, it's got a Target, Target. It's got a Planet Fitness. Those type of stores don't open in the hood. So in this case, the hood came to the white area, and they're burning down the stores in the white area. And that would explain why you see so many white people out in the street. And someone was mentioning, hey, why don't you just get a bunch of guys that while the hood is empty, because they're all in the white in the white area burning down the stores. Now, why don't someone go into the hood and burn down their houses? It's like, okay, or throw rocks through their windows while there's nobody there because the hood is empty. And of course, today's the 3rd day, and it seems Antifa has finally arrived, because people are saying, hey man, you're looting, rioting, burning down all these stores, but the police stations aren't on fire. The municipal building isn't on fire. The family, the court buildings aren't on fire. But of course, Antifa has arrived. I guess it took them a few days drive, from Oregon maybe. Maybe it's Antifa from Oregon that came over, because Oregon, if you drive from Oregon to Minnesota, it'd probably take about 2 days to get there, especially if you're loading up all your Antifa boys to go out there. Yeah, so tonight, I guess it's the 3rd precinct, or whichever precinct, is burnt to the ground, and we don't know if they're going to burn down any other police stations or government buildings. We do know that the state police, because they have other, because of course, Minneapolis, St. Paul has that Mall of America, which is a huge, I'm pretty sure there's a state police guarding that mall. I don't know how far out it is from where the looting and rioting is. That's in Minneapolis. I have cousins in Minneapolis, St. Paul area. Of course, they're staying home. They're like, yeah, we're not going out. And most people are staying home. For the most part, it's just young people that are out there. So they're staying home. I guess in the news they're saying that the state police are guarding there's like another strip mall or a shopping strip type area close to this particular shopping strip that's been burned down. It's like 16. Pretty much all of the stores have been burnt down except for that tobacco store that had the white boys in front with the AR-15, which of course is the way. You have the roof Koreans. This would be the roof white boys. So I don't know today if the tobacco store is still there or they managed to burn it to the ground. Hopefully they didn't. I do like tobacco, cigar anyway. Don't care for cigarettes. I still have my pipes. I haven't smoked my pipe in a while. Haven't checked on my pipe tobacco. Make sure that they haven't dried out. If they have, you can re-moisten pipe tobacco. Just do some distilled water. Spritz some on there, stir it up, and the moisture will come right back. So don't throw away. If you check your old pipe tobacco and it's kind of dried out, just spit some distilled water on them. Stir it up. You can take it out of the tin or whatever container it comes in, stick it in like a Ziploc bag, spit some distilled water in there, shake it up, put it back in the can. You're good to go again. So, damn mosquito. Yeah, that's one of the drawbacks of being outside. I should get up. I normally if I'm not filming, I'm actually up walking around because that just keeps the bugs off of me. Yeah, so tonight there a lot more buildings are going to burn. The thing is that I guess from reports is that other mostly pretty much all blue cities, Atlanta, they're burning buildings. They're burning buildings there. Memphis, heard buildings in Philadelphia. Dallas, of course, Dallas is in Texas, but it is a blue city, and our hood is down in Oak Cliff, which is the south part of Dallas, and I'm pretty sure the Dallas police are like in high alert. But nothing has popped off here in Dallas. If anything pops off, it's going to be down in Houston. And checking local news, nothing's popped off in Houston. So knock on wood. Because again, this is Texas. We don't mess around. You start going to, especially as a mom and pop business. You're going to see a lot of guys. You're going to see a lot more guys out in front of their businesses with AR-15s here in Texas, as opposed to Minneapolis, where it's just that one tobacco store. So yes, looting, and rioting. Let's just call it rooting. just combine the two words. Just call it rooting. Looting and rioting. This here is basically a rinse and repeat. Going all the way back to 1992, the LA riots with Rodney King. That's done nothing for LA, or no, that's done nothing for blacks in general. It's done nothing for blacks in LA. The more recent one, Ferguson, Baltimore, Atlanta. Again, that's done nothing for blacks in America. It's done nothing for blacks in those cities. And of course, if you go watch live streams, then or look at comment section, eventually you'll have that one liberal who will come on and go, why are you guys caring? All of this is covered by insurance. Insurance will cover all of this. And normally liberals are the one that say that, and of course that normally comes from a person who, number one, never owned anything, and number two, have never had to deal with insurance. Trust me, man, insurance are a pain in the ass to deal with. And of course, a lot of those businesses, since it's in a white area, they may rebuild. And a lot of them will probably just take the insurance money and just wipe their hands. Especially the mom and pop shops, those guys, they'll probably just take the insurance money if they even have insurance. That's assuming they have insurance. Big stores like Target, that Planet Fitness, AutoZones, of course, those are big corp. They have, not only do they have big corp to back them up, but they also got insurance. It's the mom and pop shops that they looted and burnt down, like the clothing and shoe stores that they looted. Those are mom and pop shops. Hopefully those mom and pop shops have insurance. Get your insurance money and just wipe your hand. It's like, okay, I'm going back to being a corporate drone because this sucks. So yeah, so basically what we're missing right now is because if you watch the video that I watch is the one that everybody's watch, where it starts off with the officer Daryl's knee on Mr. Floyd's head or neck. And as it turns out, someone looked it up. The knee to the neck, at least for the Minneapolis Police Department, the knee to the neck is an okay restraining method for them. So the knee to the neck is not against the rule, I guess, for the Minneapolis police. Liberals for you, because in most police department, knees to the neck is not a proper restraining method. As a matter of fact, a lot of police department don't even teach chokeholds because because when the officer goes to apply the chokehold, instead of doing a chokehold, they're actually strangulating the person. So instead of cutting blood from the carotid arteries to the brain, where the person gets knocked out within like 2 to 3 seconds. So instead of a chokehold, you now got a strangulation hold where they're cutting off the wind, cutting off the person's windpipe, or shattering the person's windpipe, and pretty much strangulating the person. In the case of Mr. Floyd, yes, he was slowly, over the period of 10 minutes, strangulated to death. So basically, yes, he was slowly tortured to death. And I guess I'll close it on this point. You got a lot of people who are saying, all those people around there, they should have bum rushed the police. In my case, man, I'm not putting my life on the line for any perp. If I show up in that situation, I would shoot with my camera, and I'm keeping my gun holstered. Because you don't know what the situation is that's going on, number one. And number two, I'm not putting my life on the line for anyone. Because in this case, he wasn't some innocent black man just sitting in a corner enjoying his smoke. And then 4 cops pull up, just jumps out and throws him on the ground and put a knee in his neck. The guy did commit, it is a felony, forgery or trying to pass fake money or a fake check is a felony, by the way. Again, I don't know what the charges are, but you can do. You can. I think it's like up to 10 years, and I guess depending on the amount of the forgery. But for $20, like I said, for $20, they probably wouldn't even charge him with anything. Now I can see if he's trying to pass a $2,000 check, or trying to pass, I don't think they have a $2,000 bill, but if he was trying to pass, a couple of $100 bills, but for $20, yeah, they probably wouldn't have done anything. Probably just be, all right, man, spend one night in jail, go home. But instead, the man's dead. Nope. So yeah, I'm not gonna be one of those folks that's gonna be caping for anybody. If I come up on the scene, and the cop is on top of the person doing ground and pound on the person, I'm gonna film with my camera, and again, my gun is gonna remain holstered. I'm not gonna get involved. If it looks like the person has given up, kind of like in the case of Mr. Floyd, I might voice an opinion or two. I may ask a couple of questions, like, hey, officer, the man is clearly not moving. He said he gave up 5 minutes ago. He said he quit, he gave up. Please get off the man, because you're now killing him, or he might even be dead. But other than that, no, I'm not gonna bum rush the police. I'm not gonna pull my gun and start shooting. But of course, the people who are saying that they would have bum rushed the police, that's just people being armchair. What's that saying? Hindsight's 20/20. That's just people seeing a video and just getting hyped up. And for me, it wouldn't matter if I showed up, if it was a black man, white man, Asian, Hispanic that was under the knee of Officer Darrell. I still do the same thing. Pull out my camera, start taking videos, and I'm not going to physically get involved. Yeah, that's not happening. Now, if I show up, if I'm actually on the scene when the shit goes down, and this was just a person, sitting there, and these 4 officers pulls up and they just jump him, again, you don't know. It could be that this guy, fits the description of a murderer, kind of like that Connecticut guy that shot and killed those two people and ran off, and the cops had to go chase his ass down. It could be something like someone like him just sitting there minding his own business. He's wanted for murder. You get like 2 or 3 squad car pulls up, 4 or 5 officer jumps on the guy. Start putting a knee to his neck. Ground and pound him. Again, from your perspective, it's just a guy sitting there minding his own business. Cop pulls up and jumps him, but you don't know the background. Like, hey, this guy might be wanted for murder, child molestation, rape. You don't know. So again, in that case, you just have to, again, pull out your camera, shoot with your camera. Now, I'll take the liberals talking point. Yeah, shoot with your camera, not with your gun. So yes, liberals love saying that. Shoot with your camera, not with your gun. Yeah, it's beginning to canoe a little bit. So that's it. And of course, people are comparing, like, they're saying, hey, look, man, this, if you guys really, really want to make a point, do what the people in Hong Kong did. They were protesting from like June to December until, of course, the Chinese government, coronavirus showed up. The Chinese government put their foot down and closed down everything. Yeah, and of course, unfortunately, now there are Chinese troops in Hong Kong, and any protest or anyone trying to get a group of people to go protest are being arrested, and and I don't know if they're even protesting anymore. I guess I'll go check the pro-Western Chinese news site. But it's pretty much done. There's Chinese troops in Hong Kong. They're quelling or crushing any protests, any talks of protests. But these guys are serious. They would be, protesting. I don't know what the rioting part, but if they're really serious, come October, they're still out in the street protesting. Then yes, I'm saying, okay, yeah, these, or even come July, or mid-June. I'll even give them mid-June, because June's coming up. Come June 15th, 16th, 17th, these guys are still out in the street protesting. Then yeah, I'll take them serious. But for right now, it's, and of course, all of these people protesting and rioting, they don't give one rat's ass about Mr. Greg Floyd. These people are just out to get things for themselves. They're out for themselves. They don't care about anybody else. These people are shellfish. Yeah, I can't say that word. Shellfish? Selfish? Oh, anyways. Yeah, but 98% of the people out there that's protesting, rioting, they don't care. They don't give one rat's ass. And so if you got your cigar, stay home. Enjoy your stick. If you're in one of these blue cities where people are out looting and rioting, definitely stay home. Don't go out. And because one thing is, right now the police, damn June bug. These bugs, man, get away. Because right now the police are being lenient. They're shooting rubber bullets. But eventually they're going to, what they're going to do is once the National Guards gets there, because in my opinion, of course, this Minneapolis is a blue city, so they're going to be like, yeah, well, let them riot, let them loot, just sit back. It's because a lot of the rioting videos and photos you see is all from Europe, where the cops got the batons, the riot shield, and I don't know if Minneapolis police even have any riot gears or any riot training. After this, they probably will, but they may have to depend on the National Guard. But they're saying there's 500 National Guards that's in Minneapolis right now, and so the National Guard may have to put on the riot shield, the clubs, and start clearing the street, in clubbing hits, and No, that probably won't come until tomorrow. So tonight they're gonna burn and loot more, and of course strip malls, stores, and stuff that are near that area are being guarded by state police. And I don't know, how serious they are of guarding those stores, because if the rioters and looters show up, I have a feeling since they're liberals, they'll probably just back off and let the stores get looted. Well, that's it. Stay safe. If you're in a red city or red state, enjoy your freedom, and you guys have a good one.